Welcome to the Microdosing for Healing podcast. I'm your host, Casey Garrett, and together we'll be discovering and learning from inspiring voices of healers, medicine keepers, and visionaries. Every episode, we'll explore the world of health, vibrant wellness, and natural medicine for a new era of human society. Welcome to today's episode. All right, welcome back to the podcast, everybody. So today we have something a little different and highly unique for you today. I'm really excited for this conversation. Those of you who've been listening to the pod for a while know that I usually have a topic and theme to bring in for our episodes. And today is going to be completely unscripted. I have with me a channeler. He is an energy weaver. We came together in a very remarkable way. And I'm so excited to share his work today. You know, one of the things we work with and on with Earth Medicine Practice is fundamentally that practice is energy medicine, is what we're doing. We're connecting with nature to practice energy medicine and alchemy and transmutation and understanding how energy works and flows with the body. I think we're just stepping into a greater awareness of how things work. So welcome, Patrice. It's so good to have you with us today.
Thank you, Kaiser. Thank you for having me on your podcast. I saw your podcast. I was like, yes, I need to be there. It was like a calling. It was, even if you had one follower, I would have reached out to you. I was like, yes, I need to meet Kaiser on the audience. I have to be there. I don't understand the big picture, but yes.
That's the way it works. That's absolutely the way it works. So yeah, just to set up for context, I have been having some health issues that I know are based in energy for some time. As you guys know, I'm a mental projector. It kind of comes with the territory. We are so open. So we get to collect a lot of energetic debris from the world. And Patrice reached out. He was just in my inbox one morning, and I was like, okay, he sees me. He sees me, and he can support me and help me. And we had a really beautiful, remarkable session together. I'd love, Patrice, to set the stage for folks, is because you used to be normal, right? You used to be normal. That's what we call.
My wife would not agree with that, but yes, okay, I was normal.
That's what we're going to call this episode. I used to be normal. So I relate to this too.
I love it.
I just do. So take us back to your quasi-normal, living life, and you received this remarkable spiritual opening and gift. So can you take us back to that time and share with us what that was like? How did that take place?
Yes, so I used to be a computer programmer, tech guy. So I used to write video games, then apps and websites. And then I discovered search engine optimization because I wanted to sell my software by myself. I got very good at it. And then I realized that there's a community of people who are monetizing websites. So this was back in the 2000s. And in 2019, a friend and I built a website, which was a dentist directory for France. And my name was in the legal terms of that website. And I got sued for that website. I'm keeping the story short because it's over the period of 2 years. I got sued and I got so depressed because I risked 300,000 euros. So it's like $350,000, I believe. Fine and 3 years in jail for that website because we didn't respect regulations. So every day I would go to bed and I was like, oh my God, please don't wake up. I wanted to die. I didn't want to commit suicide, but I didn't want to be alive. So this lasted about a year, I'm going to say. I would cry every day. Every night I was like, please don't wake up tomorrow, please. Because there was an investigation about the website, how we got the data and stuff. Anyway, so it's a long story short, investigation. In the end, I didn't get sued. They just wanted a settlement. They wanted some money. So I just paid. I was so happy. We were dancing in the house. Yay! I'm not going to jail. Because they don't tell you what's happening in the background with the lawyers and the police and stuff, or the organization. So your imagination is your worst enemy. I'm very blessed. I have a client who got sued for other things, and he said, Patrice, don't worry. Your imagination is your worst enemy. And he was right. I was in the mental loop. I expected the worst, and actually the best happened. And so during this period of Great Depression, I started meditating. So I used the French app. It was guided meditations. And I did that for weeks. And I really liked the voice of the guy. This is what I resonated with. So I believe resonance is also something you need to take into account if you go into meditation practice or even plant medicine. If you resonate more with mushrooms, go with mushrooms. If you prefer ayahuasca, go with ayahuasca or whatever you want, ibogaine, whatever you... Trust your body. Your body is a compass. It knows the truth. So this app, the voice of that guy was just amazing. He was a French psychologist, probably still is actually, and I love that voice. And there was one meditation one day, it was called Monkey Mind. So it was a guided meditation. It takes you through a forest, look at the monkeys, the bananas. Probably half-hour meditation. And at some point he said, now think about anything you want. And my mind went blank. And it was a burst of light. I was in the center of the sun, 360 degrees experience. And I started laughing. It was just pure joy for, 30 seconds, 1 minute, 2 minutes. There's no time and space when you're in that zone. And my wife came in running and she was like, why are you laughing? You are so depressed. I said, I entered into the light, like in movies when people die. I entered into the light. That was me. So I believe this is the day I activated. Then we decided to go to Portugal. So we lived in France. But was our dream to go to Portugal. So we rented a place in Portugal. And I said, at 50 years old, I'm going to take care of myself for the first time in my life. I used to be a workaholic. I love working. It's not like it was a bad thing. Good workaholic. Good workaholic. So I found a massage place next to our apartment that we were renting. And I was like, this is where I need to go. This is where I need to go. It was a deep calling. I could not reach the lady. I would go there. The lady was never there. So I would show up every day. And one day she was there. And I said, would you accept me as a client? And she looked at me like, it was a very, very humble place. You? Yes. But I didn't know she did energy work. I thought it was just massage. So I went for a massage every week. So I'm going to keep the story short because it's every week I would go for a massage. But she did ritual, so it was like 2, 3, 4 hours massage. Well, ritual, so there was breath work, stretching, motion, things like this. Cacao ceremony, sometimes tea ceremony, and then a massage. So she would prepare the body to receive the energy. But I didn't know anything about energy. I had no background in that subject. And one day on the massage table, I was laying on my belly, and I believe she did that move with her hand. I felt this ripple of energy on my back, like static electricity in a ripple shape. And then I gagged energy like in the movie The Green Mile, when the guy exactly the same thing. And I was like, oh my God, what is this? What is this? What is this? And she said, I got it. So that day, I completely activated. And from that day, so I'm going to keep the story short because it's a long story over several years. It's a lot of practice because she would also give me exercises of meditations. I would meditate hours, 3, 4 hours a day, which I did. I really enjoyed it. I gamified my journey, my awakening journey. It was a complete game. I said, let's see where it takes me. It was something new to try, and it was fun. And then I started to see emojis on people when they would touch me. A little emoji, if they were happy, I would see a smiley, a little mask if they were a liar, or something like this. And then we came back to France, and my wife was sick for a long time. So I said, well, let's do like the lady in Portugal. Let's do a ritual, and let's see what happens. My wife had difficulty breathing. She was losing weight for years and years, and we couldn't figure out what she had. So we did Breath of Fire, and we are laughing so hard. We were like... And it was hilarious. We were laughing, and then I got a flash. Clairvoyance experience, my first. I was like, what's this? So I said, yeah, just my imagination. So we kept going on with Breath of Fire, and second visual. I was like, oh my God, this is something. I ran to the computer, I tapped something on Google Image, and the first picture that came was my vision. I was like, oh my God, this is what you have. This is a parasite. We need to call this doctor. So we got very lucky. It was during the lockdown episode, so we could call doctor online. I scrolled through they created a website where you could scroll for the doctors during that period. I said, her, we need to choose this doctor. I don't know why. I knew it was her. It was like a guidance. I didn't know anything about guidance, but I knew it was her. So we booked a call. We meet on Zoom. We have a private Zoom, secure Zoom for doctors in France. So I said to the doctor, my wife is American, her French was not that good, so I would speak for my wife. So this is what she has. She has this parasite. And the doctor said, I don't know what it is. I'm going to look it up. So she opened up her book and she said, oh, yeah, we have the medicine at the pharmacy. She didn't ask how we got the information. She trusted us completely without any lab tests, which was mind-blowing. It was like the universe had a plan, red carpet, let's go. So we got the medicine, and that's how my wife healed from her disease. She took the medicine, then she could breathe again. The parasite was eating her lungs from the inside. So it took, of course, a few months to recover, but the 3D medicine got rid of the disease. So that was my first medical intuition experience. That's how all my madness started.
Amazing. So present day, the way when you're moving through the world, take us through, like, how do you experience that? Like, how do you see energy?
So I used to see full colorful holograms of people's bodies. Like MRI, full HD, full colors with colors that don't exist on this planet. You know, like when you do mushrooms or ayahuasca, you have these holographic colors. I used to see that without plants. I've done plants too, so I can compare. It was the same thing. But then I got cut off after 2 years, I believe. No more visions. It came with just a knowing now. It's quicker. So I met people and they say, Patrice, it's better to know. Because you're in the absolute now moment. If you see a picture, you have to interpret it. You're like 2 or 3 seconds behind, and there's a possibility of making a mistake from a picture. But the knowing, it's impossible to make a mistake. But I was kind of sad. I was like, oh my God, I want to see stuff again. Because energy is addictive. Of course you want to see holograms. So I had to make peace with that I didn't see holograms anymore.
I love that. I love that distinction, because I've seen people, I've certainly experienced that in my own experience and also witnessing other people in their spiritual development. It goes from a seeing and a hearing to a knowingness that's instant. Yes. And you're just directed. You don't even have to think about it. you just go. Yeah, beautiful. Do you experience, when you are moving and working with energy, then do you feel like that is channeling? Does it feel like a channeling experience?
Yes, it's definitely a channel. So I didn't know what channeling is because I had no background in energy work. I went to see many practitioners after I awakened. I wanted to see what it was all about. I actually went to a practitioner in the north of France. The lady was waiting for me. She opened her door and she said, I've been waiting for you for a few weeks already. She knew I was going to come. I was like this. I didn't know what to say. Because some people are very, very advanced. I'm going to use the word advanced. They awakened earlier than me, so they have more experience, of course. And she was like, oh my God, Patrice, with you it's beautiful because you're not afraid and you're exploring everything. Usually people are afraid. It's very common. They're like, oh my God, it's freaky. So yes, it's definitely channeling. I'm very good at surrendering. Let's call it like this. This is what's happening. This is why my body is moving right now. There's a channel coming in with the interview. I let my body do its thing. This is what we forgot. We need to surrender. This is what surrendering is about. Let your 3D body do its thing. If you have a problem, or even if you don't have a problem, you just want expansion of consciousness, maybe you're going to have a twitch in your finger like this. It's perfectly fine. Energy needs to move. Your body will react because it will go through your nervous system. I was very lucky to understand that very quickly. So when I would go to sessions with the Portuguese lady, because I went for many years, she was like, oh my God, Patrice, with you, there's always something happening. So yeah, this is how it's supposed to be. I don't know how I knew, but I knew it's exactly how it's supposed to be. Just let it happen, even if it's goofy. It's fine. It's just how it is. That's the energy flow.
Beautiful. For people listening that are moving through physical pain, disease, discomfort, which are many of you, we see you. I believe now, after all of the work I have done in the field, is it starts with our energy. You know, I believe, as many of you guys know, I had a grand mal seizure disorder that I developed as a teenager. And even though I went through all of the procedures and the tests and was medicated for them, Western medicine, I always knew it was energy. It was energetic, and it had a soul level healing. And so I think so many of our conditions and our diseases are rooted in this. So for listeners who are moving through deep physical pain, discomfort, disease right now, what insight or advice do you have from them in understanding the root energetics of what they're moving through?
They have to find their own vocabulary of what energy is. This is the trick. So I've worked with other practitioners, and sometimes we don't use the same vocabulary. but we talk about the same thing. So, for example, people will talk about a green color, while other people will talk about Archangel Raphael. It's the same thing. It's a frequency. So you have to find the vocabulary that works for you. And even if you have a practitioner, you need to be able to translate what he's talking about. And what is energy? This is also what you have to understand, especially if you're not too woo-woo, you want to know what is energy. It's like, the best way I can explain it, it's like an electric charge in your body, around an organ, for example. There's a disruption of frequency or vibration. I'm going to use electric charge, it's easier to understand. Maybe your liver is supposed to be at 100 volts. I don't know, I'm just making up values. And maybe it's at 90 volts. There's a disruption of electric charge right there. You have to find the point of origin of what created that. This is the quickest way to heal. The truth heals. I'm going to give you a concrete example. One of my students said, Patrice, you need to share this story on podcast. Please, please. I was buzzing all over the place. This is what happened in a session 2 weeks ago. A lady comes in, she's telling me about her life, blah, 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 blah. This is the channel I receive. It made no sense. I was like, please go buy a dress. This is what I received. And then she goes blank for 1 minute. And then she says, Patrice, 9 years ago, I came back from home. My husband was dead on the floor in the house. I was so happy. I wanted to kick his dead body. She said, I was like the wife of a Taliban. I was not allowed to be pretty outside of the house. And this was the point of origin of her disease. Oh my God, I'm buzzing here. And this is what energy is. It created a disruption in our electric field or energy, whatever vocabulary resonates for you. But some points of origin are too traumatic. So sometimes we can't talk about them, especially if you're a baby, for example. Something happened to you when you were a baby. Do you want to know if your grandfather raped you when you were 1 year old? Probably not, because then you create family drama and stuff like this. This is where people who move energy are very useful, because they can just move it like, oh, and then we will vomit energy or something like this. This is what I did. So it's not like it's a miracle. Sometimes it's very, very hard to remove, and we cannot remove it in one session. This is what plant medicine is very good at doing also. Traumas that are buried, but you don't want to remember. Maybe you will see a deformed matrix of lines when you take mushrooms. It's that. It's the same. We're talking about the same thing. The grandfather is like this deformation of line, and when you see the lines coming back in harmony, you see the flower of life, and oh my God, I feel so good. Probably you've seen that in your groups. So it's all the same thing, different tools to achieve the same result. So you have to understand your vocabulary of energy, or develop your own, which is fine too. Mm-hmm. I don't know if that answers your question. I kind of lost my train of thought now.
It absolutely did. It absolutely did. I think I have seen this in myself for sure. And also people I've supported, it can be almost too good to be true, because we're taught that healing has to be hard, right? And we have to understand everything. We're in such an era where we need to figure things out and understand things to believe in them. And so when people heal in a dream, or clear things in a memory, or detoxify, and suddenly they feel better, it's hard for our modern human mind to kind of get our heads around that's what's happening, and you don't have to figure it out.
No, we don't.
Yeah.
We can just vomit it out, or some people will have a reaction like this. This is also what needs to be shown to the audience. We're hiding the dirty part of the healing work. People vomit, people shake, people scream. It's normal. It's a normal reaction. Let it happen. Maybe you're in your bed and you say, oh my God, please help me, whatever force of the universe, and you want to go blah, 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 blah. Just do that. It's energy that's coming out, frequency leaving your body. Because when we are kids, don't move, stay on your chair, shut up. No, move, do your thing.
I don't know. When you're doing a session, I don't know if you're channeling and remember what you're saying, or you're just channeling information. But when I was in my session with you, you had me speak out loud. My nervous system is my private property. And I love that, because I remember as a kid, I believe that's why I had grand mal seizures, is I'm so open that I would collect energy of others, and my body would kind of reboot itself. It was kind of defragging my operating system in the way, and was supporting me in the way that I could. And so I love that prompt of my nervous system is my private property.
Yeah, things just come to me. I just speak. On the moment, I remember, but after the session, I don't remember anything. I don't even remember the name of the person sometimes, which is better, because some people tell me some horrible stories. It's a protection device. Now I understand why I don't have a memory for words. I don't remember names. I cannot read books. I have very bad memory for words. I was designed like this.
Yes.
It was a prepared design. Yes.
Let's talk about that, because I have experienced that too. And I feel like this will be helpful for people who are also moving through these experiences where one sense or system might diminish as your gifts are coming online. So for myself, in the last few years, I've noticed my eyesight is diminishing rapidly to a worrisome extent. I'm like that person in the supermarket asking for other people to read labels for me. And when I asked my guide and spirit, what is going on with my eyesight? And she said, you're losing your eyesight because your other eye is opening.
Yeah, I was going to say that too. Your third eye is like, and this one are like,
And I was like, fair enough, fair trade. I can tolerate glasses. That's good. So yes, I think you were just speaking to that. So can you share with listeners a little bit how that works? Is sometimes your 3D reality might diminish as your kind of 5D reality is coming online.
I'm going to say it depends on the gift of the person. So for me, I move a lot of crap. I'm going to use that word. I'm very good at some friends who can see energies or even clients say, oh my God, Patrice, you're moving so much crap. I'm like the switch pipe of the universe. People come to me when we don't know what to do. Please help me. Last resort, Patrice.
You're like a human mushroom.
Yes.
Yes.
You're channeling that. Somebody called me a trans portal. Yeah, we just move the portal. We take Patrice to people. No, but everybody can go to Egypt, so we bring Patrice to the people. It's the same thing.
You're clearing. Yeah. Let's speak into that, because a lot of people have different gifts. I know when we were in our session, you said my gift is that of a harmonizer. I am intended.
Yes.
My presence is as a harmonizer. So I've seen, especially working with mushrooms and earth medicines, as it remediates people and kind of, to use your words, clears the crap out of people's auric systems and energetic systems. Their gifts have more access to their gifts. And they're all like, some people can speak light language. Some people have more connection to the galactic. Some people have connections to the elementals. Some people might be a harmonizer and bring coherence to the world. So can you speak to, you've worked with so many people now. Do we all come in with certain gifts that are kind of families of gifts, if you will?
Everybody has unique gifts. So this is a cool thing. You cannot be jealous of anyone else because you're unique. And when we work together, this is where the magic happens. This is what's happening in my groups when I do group meditation. Sometimes I put people together to work on one person. I'm very, very, very good at reading frequencies and at knowing what I don't have. But I see who has it. So I say, oh my God, I'm going to call this person to work on you. And it's incredible. So I bring the perfect team, if I have access to, of course. I don't have access to all the frequencies or all the people at the right moment. It's an accelerator to move what needs to be moved. And I don't need to do it myself because I vomit energy. So sometimes like, oh, thank you, I have help. So yeah, everybody has unique gifts. There's also this acceleration on the planet. I see this since I've been doing that for a few years now. More and more people are activating their gifts. So for the last 2 weeks, every single one of my clients started channeling. I was like, what? Every day, boom, channel. What's happening? This clear acceleration. It's incredible. What's happening is incredible. I have people also find me via other interviews. They're like, oh my God, I started barfing like you. I'm so glad I found somebody who explains it. I think the people are dispatched all over the world in a balanced way. So you can find a practitioner near your house or on the internet, but you will find it's happening. We don't understand the big picture, but it's massive. What's happening is absolutely incredible. So what kind of forms of gifts are? It's unlimited. It's limited by your imagination.
Beautiful. Love it. Love it. I'd love for you to speak to the power and potency of group work. You just referenced it a little bit just now. I have noticed in my groups that that power too is kind of compounding and amplifying when we're together. In my immersion groups, for the last couple of years, I've always had 8 people. And that feels like a perfect fractal. And in my last immersion groups, I felt like the power of the group itself was just as powerful as the medicine everybody was working with in the group. So from an energetic standpoint, why does that happen?
So I would divide that in two. So I have quite a big groups. When I have big groups, usually they have past lives together. This is what I have noticed. So all the links are being cleared, repaired, whatever vocabulary you want to use. It's quite incredible. And some people get the same story and they say, oh my God, this happened with him and her. And some other people say, oh my God, I saw the same thing. So it's not random. There's definitely something there. Is it a past life? I don't know. I'm going to say yes. But feel free to use your vocabulary as always. And the other factor, I would say, sometimes the right person comes for the job. I've realized some people just love to come to helping groups. That's just their hobby. And they have the frequency we need, the tools we need. That's why it's so powerful. They know they need to be there that day. Like, I need to be there that day, and they will know it's for the person who's going to be picked by the energy because they choose people in the groups to work on them. And they know, I knew I need to be there for her, for Janet, or whoever that it is. They just know. I don't know how they know. Some people are very advanced on their journey. So this is why I believe groups are very powerful. And even if you are not chosen, because some people, they like to be chosen to be the center of attention, or you want to ask a specific question, just know you're receiving energy in the background and it's still happening.
Gotcha. Beautiful. I also wanted to ask you about the power of place and our connection to certain parts of the globe, certain parts of our ancestry and lineage sometimes. So to frame it, when I was a child, I don't have any French blood. But since I was born, I have a very strong connection to French and France. And when I was a little kid, I would dream in French. Could write fluently in French as a little kid. When I went to France, oh my gosh, my dream life and access to my dreams and kind of flashbacks and memories just were so incredibly powerful. So how does that for people, as you're developing your gifts, I have found a lot of these memories start to come back online in really fascinating ways. So can you speak a little bit about past lives and the connection to land?
I think we connect to ley lines. There's always somebody, for example, to come back to the group, somebody in the group who is on the perfect ley line, but we need to use like electric lines with a certain frequency. It's not random, but today I'm at my dad's house. I'm not at my regular place. It's definitely not random. I was like, how come? So some people can see them, they can name them. So they're going to say, oh, this is a Mary Magdalene ley line. This is a Ganesha ley line. So I don't see them. My wife sees them. I know it's true. I can feel it, or I have a knowing it's true. We just need to be on the right ley line at the right moment, or crossing off ley lines, or a vortex. It's quicker. I mean, can you do it without being on the ley line? Yes, but it's much quicker if you're at the right place at the right moment. So how do we know that? I have no idea. We just trust our intuition. Our intuition is an incredible tool, and our body is an incredible compass. We forgot how to listen to our bodies. We have to remember that.
Mm-hmm. Beautiful. One of the things I heard you share that I'd love for you to speak into is you can't and don't work with bad people.
Well, it depends where you put the cursor on bad. This is a problem with human vocabulary. What is bad?
Yes. Yeah. Speak into that if you would, and I'll reflect back why.
I can give concrete examples. Mm-hmm. I have the guy in a group, and he says, can you help me, blah, 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 blah. And I said no. I was working with our practitioners, and they looked at me, and they said, why? I could see in their eyes. I said, listen to your heart if you really want to do this work. And they said, oh yeah, I'm going to help that guy. And then the next day, they all felt really, really bad. So now I cannot prove it. I knew that guy was a pedophile. Did I want to help him? No. I have my boundaries. It also comes with energetic boundaries. It's not all love and light. I don't believe in the all love and light about spirituality. There is this great English philosopher who says, when it's shit, it's shit. I have my limits. There's things. I mean, I've already had another client who was a pedophile. He put the work in. He did a lot of work. He showed up at every single one of my group for years. The guy managed to do it. One day I said, oh my God, you did it. I was so proud of him. I don't know how he did it. He probably did plant medicine. He did the full package. He managed to clear himself up. There's the energetic charge. This is what many channelers talk about. We're going to see the truth. And some things are very, very unpleasant when you know like this person is a murderer or a pedophile or a wife beats her husband. Because this happens too. It's not just old men. It's not only men. There's also bad women. I have my limits. Plus, it takes a lot of toll on my, I'm going to say physical body to move that energy if I decide to do it. Because then after a session, I have to vomit for 2 or 3 hours. Energy doesn't matter, but I need a rest period to recharge. It's not the best way for me to help humanity. I prefer to help people who are ready to put the work in with a pure heart, I'm going to say. So we can still have done bad things. I did bad things. I did a bad website. So I'm guilty. I'm a perfect example of somebody who did a bad thing. Did I clear it up? Yeah, I cleared my own crap. I took care of it. I was vomiting on the floor, doing hands-on healing on myself. It took me weeks to get rid of that stuff. So that's it. Boundaries. And not everything is love and light. It's a planet of duality. Some things are bad, some things are good. With just that vocabulary, it's like you could use light and dark. Yeah. It just is. But there's something I don't want to work with, and I'm fine with that. I had to make peace with that. I actually cried a lot. I was like, who am I to not help a guy and this person and this person? I cried for 3 months. I closed my calendar. I was like, oh my God, I got the big head. That's what I thought. I thought I got the big head. And when I went to see the channelers, and I had to ask them, did I get the big head? And they said, no, it's perfectly fine. You know your boundaries. You need to know where to stop, because when you start to go help everybody, and when you deplete yourself in energies, we can't help everybody anyway. So I can't help everybody. Together we can, but we need to work as a team.
Thank you for speaking into that. I know working with psychedelics and plant and mushroom medicines, they're amplifiers. Mm-hmm. So it's very important what you come in with, the character that you come in with, the karma you come in with, because you're amplifying that. Yeah. And yes, so thank you for that. I work with a lot of people, a lot of creatives, a lot of very sensitive, a lot of very open people who experience these physical discomfort, disease, exhaustion, because of energetic depletion from channeling. They just don't know that's what they're doing, right? And so they have these mystery illnesses when it's really just they're needing to cleanse the body. So can you speak about, as a sensitive, having deep capacity for entanglement and energy work, how do you, besides sleeping a lot, clear your own field?
Food, good food, and massage. I get a lot of massages. It's one of the best tools for me. It doesn't work for everybody. For me, it works very, very well. It's actually better than any magic mushrooms for me. It's incredible. Massage is very grounding. You feel the limits of your body also, so you know your boundaries, because when you're being touched, you know your limits. It's like, yeah, this is a contour of my body. This is where my limits are. This is what I've realized. And it feels good. And good food also. And nutrient-dense food. Fat, meat. So if you're vegetarian, I understand this. The vegetarian diet is not for everybody. Just be very careful. Respect that choice. If I could avoid eating animals, I would do it. But I need it. I absolutely need it. I've tried vegetarian. I got so depressed. Fat, good food, grounding food, potatoes, root vegetables. I'm very, very careful about what I eat. I vibrational food as much as I can, and strawberry tarts, a lot of strawberry tarts, because there's egg yolk in the custard, and the strawberries are very good for the lymphatic system.
Wow, I dig that answer. Okay. Noting that down. And I know you shared with me, but share with listeners, how much do you sleep?
I sleep 14 hours a day. Sometimes I sleep between. I have no social life, basically. So that's something to do with work. But I love it at the same time. I have no social life. I exaggerate. I have a beautiful life. But I have a hermit life. If I go to the beach, I'm going to go where there's nobody, walk alone, fit in the water, cuddle with the dog, take a nap. Napping is very, very important. Way more important than people think. We're not designed to be a 9 to 5 at a desk. What are we designed for? Go get food, eat, sleep, enjoy your life. So you go to the forest, you grab your food, your fruits or animals if you catch some, you go back, you cook your little barbecue, you eat, and you take a nap. That's how human life has been designed to do. Not a 9 to 6 job. This is a stupid design. And everything is going to change very soon on this planet. So we're not supposed to work without sleeping. This makes no sense. When I had my previous tech company, I had an employee and I had a couch and I said, you can sleep as much as you want. She was so grateful for that. She didn't want to at first, and when she tried, she said, oh my God, I'm so much more productive if I sleep 1 or 2 hours in the afternoon. I said, yeah, see, you do the same work, and you're not tired. Naps are very, very important. We have to listen to our biological clock. It's different for everybody. Maybe some people want to take a nap at 11 a.m., and that's fine. I do that too sometimes. Maybe it's at 5 p.m., and it's fine too.
Love that. Love that. My experience of sleeping is oftentimes my guide will wake me up between like 1:30 a.m. to 3:30. And I'll wake up and I'll be wide awake. And I think it's the morning. And then I look at the clock and I'll say, what would you like me to do? What would you like to share? And oftentimes I am channeling them. It's oftentimes I get instruction and lessons and oftentimes clients, insight about clients. Sometimes I'm to write things down. And then I'll invite her to allow me to go back to sleep for my second sleep. And so, yeah, rather than getting resistant to it, I've tried to embrace that kind of irregular sleeping pattern. And yeah, I would love to ask you both Patrice and I have very special relationships with our little dogs that are typically not far away. So the relationship to animals, for sensitives and empaths, what is the role and connection between our pets, our animals, and the natural world for us?
So this is what I've noticed in my sessions. People who have pets, usually the pet jump on their legs as soon as the session starts. I even had a lady with a throat disease, her cat wrapped around her shoulder. She says, he never does this. They move energy, they collect energy, they're like energy movers too. Plus they ground us. They're grounding force and they move the energy. And they're good for the immune system, for everything. They're just wonderful.
Oh,
they're the best.
Totally. We experience the same thing when we have our Zoom gatherings for our microdosing groups. Everybody's animals want to be on screen too, and participate in the energy. Oh.
And you see the animals watching like there's something flying in the room because they can see energies, and some are yawning, they're like, transmuting energy, helping the owner. I'm like, yeah, thank you, kitty cat.
That is awesome. Love, love, love. Do you have any practices that you can recommend for people who are new? Say they're opening their channel, they're starting to bring in new gifts and really clear a lot of density in the body in order to maintain kind of a sovereign energy field. Besides sleep, are there any other lifestyle practices people can do to clear their energy?
We should meditate with this mantra. I breathe for me. It's very simple. This is what I've realized. This is my theory. When you inhale, this is where the emotions come in. So if you're in a group, this is where you're going to catch stuff. When people say, oh, I caught something. It's because you don't breathe for you. Your attention is too much on the energy field of others. You're not your own vibrational pillar. So just meditate 30 seconds and you just loop in your head, I breathe for me, I breathe for me, I breathe for me. This is why you're going to keep your channel super clear. It's very simple.
Love that. Thank you. When people are working with other people, say body workers, hands-on healers, therapists, people who are exchanging energy, and that's part of the healing And part of the growth is kind of interweaving with other people. Can you share a little bit about your experience, because you have lots, with being able to maintain your own energy while you are in and of the world? Does that make sense?
Yes, I'm very good at that. Boundaries. This is where massage help me understand the boundaries of my physical body. I can reduce my bubble of space like to a pixel, like the size of a green pea, right there. So people usually they would say, "Oh, put a global light around you, a sphere of light." That's not my strategy. I don't like it very much. I prefer to be invisible.
I get it. I get it.
And also listen to your intuition. You know where to go and you know where to not go. Because maybe somebody says, "Oh, let's go buy some bread." And you say, "Well, I don't really want to go buy some bread right now. Just that. Just go alone. I don't feel like it." You need to listen to your intuition. Your body is your compass. It's very important. And also in sessions, so for practitioners, it has happened that the sessions were too intense. I had to leave. I said to the client, "I'm coming back." I went to take a shower. I changed my clothes. I went to the garden. I came back half an hour later. It's not because you sold a 1 hour session, for example, but you need to be 1 hour present. You can take a break if you feel it's too overwhelming. You need to be your sovereign being. Say, "Okay, we have reached my limits. I'm going to go eat something." That happens very often, but I go eat something during the session. I need some food, a sandwich or something like this, cream, whipped cream, ice cream. And then I come back 5 or 10 minutes later. The client will be fine with that.
Beautiful. When I had my session with you, I started running energy and current through my hands, which is super common for me. I was a hands-on healer for many, many years, a body worker for many, many years. And sometimes the energy starts to run in random times through my life. But when I was in my session with you, literally my hands were flipped over by spirit, kind of pinned to my thighs and held upward like this. Those of you guys watching on YouTube, upward. And it was just energy was just pouring out of my hand. So I think our palms especially are very, very sensitive portals and openings for those of you who are new and working with energy and want to kind of enhance this quality. Can you speak a little bit about the chakras and the hand portals and their significance?
No. I can't. I don't know enough about the subject. I don't work with those technologies. That's what I'm going to say, because the channel says that's not my tools. I'm not a specialist of the chakra. I work with other things, but I do not, I cannot translate in human vocabulary.
Interesting. Have you seen that manifest in your clients though before, where they start running energy through their hands?
Oh, yeah, many times. Channeling, hand energy, people starting to see energies. Oh my God, there's a dragon flying in my kitchen right now. Many people activate. There's an acceleration of people activating and feeling more and more open to energies. Yes, in my presence, or people who, like Bratsu or Ama, if you are into that kind of stuff, or Mother Mira, people who are in these groups, that happens more and more. There's many people like this. You just need to find the people who can open the channel, not can open the channel, this is incorrect. Who can put yourself in resonance in a very strong way because you feel safe. You know the safest space. You can completely open up your channel and it's like, oh, things happening, energy is pouring. That's what's happening when people meet me. I cannot explain it. It's just weird, and it puts me in a place where like, oh my God, I'm going to speak about that again? Or people are going to think I have the big head now. It's not like I control it. It just happens. It's just a mystery to me too.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So maybe I have the big head. Oh no, that was...
Yeah, I mean, I think a big part of it, I have seen people's gifts open when they feel safe, when they create more space. I think that's partly why you and I both get so much body work, right? Mm-hmm. It's creating space in the physical body so that spirit has room to move. No, oftentimes I just had a beautiful woman in my most recent group she was practicing with earth medicine with the intention of creating greater connection to spirit and her guides and angels and that connection. And at one point she asked my guide what was kind of in between that, and my guide showed me the visual of a slinky. Remember the slinky toys that are like constricted, and then you put them, they'd roll down the stairs. And she just showed me a constricted slinky and then pulled it apart. And so the instruction was that she was too constricted, too bound to expectation, the way things had needed to be, and just allow her life to be kind of stretched out like taffy a bit to allow spirit to move. Yeah. What is your take? I know you mentioned it earlier that we're in a rapid ascension portal right now. It's very fast. I've been seeing this as well. It's very uncomfortable. Can you speak a bit more into that and the way that people and the human body might be receiving this ascension?
Well, I think the truth has been hidden from humanity. We are supernatural beings. I'm talking levitation, spoon bending, you name it, moving organs. I've seen somebody repairing a broken foot with his hands. Like, oh, it's not something I saw on the internet, somebody I know personally. I've seen spoon bending. I've seen things that are absolutely incredible. We've been lied to. It's been hidden and mocked like, oh my God, do you really think you can levitate? Well, yeah, I think some people can levitate. I haven't seen that, but I know I will one day. And thanks to the internet, we are discovering it's not woo stuff. It's actually really happening because more and more people are having experiences. So astral projection, astral traveling, you name it, remote viewing. People are remembering the truth. And it's like, if they lied on that, what else did they lie on? We don't know where the lies are. It's just incredible. We don't have words because we don't even know what it is. That's the thing, since everything has been hidden. How do we name weird things like this? We don't have the vocabulary. We have to write new books with the real deal. People are going to remember that when they work together, they are extremely powerful. This I can see in my groups. I've seen miracles that are just mind-blowing. We're going to remember how to work together. It's going to take time because the feminine and the masculine has been so messed up. There's a lot of energy to be repaired right there. And I kind of lost my train of thought with the question. I got too serious for a moment.
No, I'm right with you. Absolutely. I think for myself, the way I have been experiencing the shift and change is a lot of physical density moving quickly through the body. People are alchemizing things differently, metabolizing things differently. It's affecting a lot of people's digestive systems. The gut right now. I feel like we're changing on a cellular level.
Oh yes, definitely. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Amazing.
My diet changed. I didn't do any effort. My diet changed so radically. It's mind-blowing. I don't even eat that much vegetables anymore. I really cut down on sugar like drastically. I was a very sweet tooth. I would love my French pastries. I could have 2 or 3 a day. It was not a problem. It's like, no, not anymore. It's incredible how much my diet has changed. And if I go a little bit outside of my comfort zone of diet, I feel bad immediately. It's instant punishment, I'm going to say. Not in a bad way, but it's like, no, I've gone too far. I should have kept with my only 1 strawberry tart, not 1.5. But I'm not alone. It's like I was drinking some coffee, and one morning I drank my coffee, and I was like, oh my God, this tastes horrible. It was the same coffee I usually drink. What happened? My taste bud changed, so I would not drink that one for some reason. It's like we know what's good for us, and you just cannot put it in your mouth anymore. We even changed the brand of water that we buy. Like, how come? This is what happened, like, when was that? 2 years ago. I bought a pack of, sorry for the brand. YouTube, sorry, please do not blacklist this episode. I bought some San Pellegrino, a pack of 6 bottles. I take 1 sip, and I said, oh my God, this is so gross. I talked to my wife, we cannot drink this water. I have to throw it away. Why did I say that? The week after, in the newspaper, contamination of the spring of San Pellegrino. I was like, oh my God, how did I know that it was tasteless? It's crazy. The body knows the truth, and more people are knowing the truth. So it's in their own way. Some people see the auras, they see the energy. Some people is the knowing. Some people will get next to an object and they will go, "Oh, what's happening to me?" It's incredible. I know a lady. She stands to somebody who had the V. I cannot say the word because the C19V. She faints. But it's a gift. You can stay next to that vibration. It's crazy. Some people can smell energies also. They're like, oh my God, this smells so bad. And I'm like, what are you talking about? It's just a peach. I know it smells so bad. So I have to look it up with my own energy system. And I'm like, oh my God, you're right. It's gross. We will know the truth. And by not participating in what is low vibration, we will end that production of bad peaches, for example, or bad tomatoes. If nobody buys them, we have to stop making them. It's just that simple. By not doing together, we are extremely powerful. It's like a silent revolution and pacific revolution.
So beautiful. I love, love, love. The last immersion group I held, my guide came through before it started, and she said, I'm going to guide this immersion from the perspective of 7-8 years from now. And I was like, that's interesting. And she said, oh, in 7-8 years from now, our society is going to be largely unrecognizable. Mm-hmm. And I was like, that's a very short, that's a minute in spirit terms. And she said, we're in a compressed portal of time where we're going to have such leaps forward from here, unlike we have experienced, certainly in our lifetime and many, many, many lifetimes before us. And one of the ways I saw it kind of playing out in people's experience were there were these threads of capacity and potentials and capabilities that were only the beginning little signs, the little shoots of what is going to be possible ultimately for people in terms of our awareness of energy, our mastery of energy, our ability to move energy and create with energy, which is pretty remarkable, even to see this take place on a very, very small scale. However, we're also living at a time where there's still so much density and humans that are still living in that density. So I would love from your perspective, how do you see kind of this overlap era playing out? You know, when we're almost, to me, it's like we're becoming like two different species of human.
Yes, that is true. That's what Dolores Cannon was talking about, the Earth splitting in two. I've seen it too. I've seen two Earths. I know it's not two planets. We are going to live in the same space, but we will not see each other again. This is what I call riding your wave of energy. So let's say if you do Tai Chi or Qigong, you're going to do things like this. So usually I teach my students or people who come in meditation to ride their wave of energy. So they move their own way. So basically it's a Tai Chi of whatever it is for them. It's different for everybody. And I tell them this wave of energy is also the wave of your life. So when you feel like you need to go shopping, just go shopping and follow that wave. Maybe you're not going to take the smallest road, the shortest road. Maybe you're going to take the longest road, but you don't know why. But the longest road is where your best life is. Maybe by the time you get to the store, your braid will be 50% off and you will meet only 5D people. I'm going to call them like this. And you don't meet the grumpy 3D people. So we will both be there, but we will not see each other. This is what's happening in Portugal, where we have our apartment. Half of the people who live there can see energies because we recognize each other. It's like a 5D community being created. So it's not a community because it's not like a farm and stuff like this. We still live in a modern setting with regular shops and stuff like this. But we recognize each other. We're like, oh, you can see energy. Yeah. Oh, Patrice, you were in my dream yesterday. And we talk to each other. This is happening. There's going to be cities or maybe blocks that will be fully 5D. But you will know because you know when people see energies. And it's like when I saw your interview, I knew you knew. And when I reached to you, you knew who I was. I don't know how you knew, but you're like, yeah, that guy is legit. I mean, maybe I'm not legit because I have the big head, but that's okay. We just know. I cannot explain. It's a knowing.
Mm-hmm. No, I get you. One of the other things that came through, I'll share the story, and I just love your reflections on it. So I've worked with a lot of people who have experienced a lot of loss in their life, have lost a spouse, a loved one, a parent, a child, and I've seen again and again, it's through those portals of initiation of deep grief is often our gifts are intertwined with that. And one of the women I was working with in my last immersion was one of the individuals who went through a significant loss of a child. And she had grieved and she was doing all the things, receiving therapy, but she just felt stuck and kind of trapped in her grief. And I was sitting outside the day after we met, and the spirit of her daughter came through. And she was so alive and so vital and so radiant. And I asked her, how can her mother kind of transmute this grief that she's moving through? And her daughter's spirit, in the other realm had just come off of the waves from surfing. She was surfing and her hair was all salty and kind of wild and wet. And she's like, Ma's got to get on the board. She's just got to get on the board. And that meant that spirit is asking us to take action in our life in some form and way, because it gives spirit something to train itself to. Does that make sense?
Makes sense.
And that was a beautiful. I've never heard it, of course, like in that specific way proposed, but I think so often up until now, at least in my experience, like in spiritual development communities, contemplative practice, it's very solitary. It's very get in on the cushion, explore your inner realms. But spirit was so clearly saying it's really taking action in our 3D world. That is really that gives spirit something to attach to and partner with. Does that make sense?
Yes, you need to put the work in. But those events are very, very hard. This is something that comes up very, very often in my sessions. I ask people to say, I underestimated the difficulty of this planet. And they explode into tears. They're like, oh my God. Some people even remember signing their contracts and stuff like this. And that really helped them to remove that burden off their shoulders. Oh my God, yes, this planet is too hard. This is freaking hard. Why did I choose this? Why did I choose this? And it's like, this was wrong. This is too hard. I underestimated the game. But it's very helpful for them to know that it's very hard. Grief is extremely hard. So that's why people like me, but not just me, or groups, or plant medicine, I would say in that case, plant medicine is the best tool. Is very helpful, because sometimes you're stuck and it's too hard. Some people are just stuck. It's too hard. And we need to help these people, but they need to find us. And this is where your podcast comes in handy.
Exactly.
What kind of life is that? Oh my God, you wake up in the morning crying and, oh, no, thank you. Yeah, it's too hard. This planet is freaking hard. Ladies and gentlemen, I've said it 3 times. I'm going to say it a 4th time. This planet is freaking hard.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I'd love to open it up for you to share, channel, reflect anything else that you would like to for people listening right now.
Well, I would love people to speak light language. Please speak light language, the language of your heart. If you don't know what it is, it's the language of your heart. We're going to guide you through it. I'm going to give you an example. Now, close your eyes. Imagine your favorite flowers. It could be one flower. It can be a bouquet in front of you. It can be a field of flowers. You're going to speak the frequency of that. So for me, it's Lily of the Valley. It's going to sound like Earataya Torea Korotaya Tomaria Todoria Korea O Korea Eya Takeria To Toria Te Koia O Toria Koria To. So anything that it is for you, you're going to speak that. This is a great tool. Once you know how to do that with flowers, you can do that with your problem. You're going to say, I want to speak the energy that can release my problem, whatever your problem is in your life. And you're going to see it's not going to sound like flowers. It's going to sound like an interference. So I'm going to give you a fake example. it's going to sound something like because it's a description in your body. So maybe yours will be more like language, or maybe just a simple sound. It can be just a and a. That's how the energy gets out of your body. And that's an accelerator to your healing. So please, if you have a problem before going to sleep, just do this practice.
Thank you. Beautiful. Mm-hmm. Thank you so much. I appreciate you so much. Thank you for being with us today. Can you share with folks who are interested in connecting with you, finding you, following you? I know you have a challenging last name. I relate. So yeah, can you share with folks where to find you?
Yeah, so my website is patricekrysztofiak.com. I do group meditations. I do silent meditations. Usually I have a little open space after the silent meditation where I choose people and channel for their question. This is my best session, I'm going to say. It's my cheapest and best session. And I have one-to-ones, but I don't do them very often because I don't time them. I work with the energy. I don't work by the hour. So some are very long. They can last 2 or 3 hours. It's quite common. I would say most of them last 90 minutes, but I just go as long as the channel runs. It's my way of working. For me, the 3D way of working by the hour does not work. It's just my thing. And that's it. And sometimes I have special events that are only announced via my newsletter, meditations or mini groups, things like this. So, but if you resonate with me, just visit my site. If you don't, that's fine too. That's how it works.
It does. Oh, thank you, Patrice, so much.
Thank you, guys. That was amazing. Thank you so much.
I appreciate you. Thanks, everybody, so much for being here. We'll look forward to seeing you back in a couple weeks.
Bye-bye.
Thank you for listening to the Microdosing for Healing podcast. Ready to take the next step? Please visit us online at microdosingforhealing.com. There you'll find lots of information about our global community, professional training programs, and upcoming immersions. See you there.